AlphaOmegaGaming content creator Optimes Diimes lives, breathes, and sleeps gaming. Whether he's declaring it hammer time, whoo, man! Parachute pants not included, of course. Or he's hosting a slap party on an enemy wasp. Boom! His joy for gaming is rarely matched. His passion for gaming and uncanny creativity allowed him to co-found with Gumzilla and Zealous Echo what is now AlphaOmegaGaming. But why the tag Optimes Diimes? Welcome to Behind the Gamer. In this episode of Behind the Gamer, we will continue to explore the stories behind the gamertag. Coming directly from the content creator himself, Optimes Diimes. Follow us on this journey. What's the story behind your gamertag? Alright, long story, but I promise you it's worth it. Alright, so being an 80s baby, obviously in love with Transformers. Love Transformers. Optimus is the pinnacle of all Transformers, so I love that show. Also, a huge basketball fan. Huge Kobe fan, rest in peace Kobe. A huge Laker fan. Just growing up, that's what I did. I watched cartoons, I watched anime, I played video games, and I played basketball. And being an 80s baby, I gravitated towards those things. So that being said, moving into the fact that I believe that a gamer tag is an evolution of the individual. Some people get it off the first thought, right? Like that is their gamer tag for the rest of their gamer life, right? I was not one of them. So being in high school in the late 90s, early 2000s, I know I'm dating myself. I had the gamer tag Big Sizzle. Once again, like I didn't come up with that. One of my buddies would call me Big Sexy. It's late 90s, early 2000s. Big Sizzle. It is what it is. Moving out of that, moving into call it dubbed Chuck Nasty. Chuck being derivative of my first name, and Nasty being tied to associate that I work with. We were playing in the men's basketball league, and I was out there balling. I love basketball. And he said, man, Chuck is nasty. And then him and my counterpart started calling me Chuck Nasty. I had Chuck Nasty as my gamer tag for a while. However, as in most things, when people grow, you grow out of things. So I kind of grew out of that moniker. And I had already had in my head that my new gamer tag was going to have the word Optimus in it. I had already had that in my head. So I kind of had it in my head way back then, and at this point, it's 2017. And I had in my head like, hey, maybe I would want to start streaming. I had a love for video games. I had a love for animation and art. Like, why should I not? And my 9 to 5 sometimes calls for me to leave for long periods of time. But me and my crewmate, we'll refer to him as Glitched for right now. We're looking up nicknames for popular athletes. And the first one we pull up is Threeses. Of course, that's the moniker for Stephen Curry from the Golden State Warriors. Also one of my favorite players. And we just died laughing. We were just laughing. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we were tired. Maybe it's because we had a bad shift. Whatever it was, we thought it was the funniest thing ever. And then 1 turned into 2, and 2 turned into 3. And eventually we get to this 1. And the name is Optimes Diimes. That is it. That is it. I had already had it in my head that my gamer tag would have Optimus in it. But then Dimes fit perfect because I love basketball. And back when I was playing basketball, I know it's changed now, it used to be called dropping dimes when you're on fire. So Optimus and Dimes, it just kind of came together, and it just became a synergy for me. The much deeper meaning to this, which is Optimus, which comes from the word optimal, which is how I like to carry myself as a father, as a parent, as a career professional. I like to be optimal, not perfect, but always striving to do our best. And then Dimes obviously just running from my love for basketball, for sports in general, which is where I really learned how to be a team player and how to work hard. And to me, that has culminated into the man that I am now. So yeah, that's me, Optimes Diimes. I'm Optimes Diimes, and this is Behind the Gamer. All right. That's a wrap.